Hello everyone. Today we have given the second capture for the Bardo Thodol. Last week we gave the first one. That is about what is the six Bardos. The first three belong to a live person. The last three belongs to the diseased person. Why there is the concept of six Bardos? Because the first three and the last three is the counterpart. When we alive, we can use the first three Bardos like a window for us, ordinary person, to practice, to get familiar with the situation when we passed away. Actually, the situation is exactly same, but the period is different one. For the first three Bardos when we alive, that is a meditation. Bardo, dream Bardo, and the Bardo in the sex. The last three is after, immediately after death Bardo, and the vision Bardo, in the middle one, and the rebirth Bardo. So you can say, like a counterpart, we can use the golden opportunity that it is when we are alive, through the ones that you got practice, then we can catch up those opportunity to familiar with that situation. It will happen after we pass away. For example, in the meditation Bardo, we can know exactly same the situation when we passed away immediately. For example, this morning, before I give the teaching, I take several minutes meditate. Actually, it's very short. But in this morning, I wake up at 5:30. I practice almost 1 hour, 2 hours. But the first part of hour, I do some meditation. Then I go out for yoga practice. Then come back to temple for the chanting. So they are all kind of meditate, different form. So during this meditation, especially after I absorbed energy from sun, so it's kind of the adulting practice. So you look at the sun and some light bulb coming like this. Then when you go back to temple, when you go back to home, still some light bulb still in front of you. It's kind of meditate. It's kind of meditate state. And that things happen exactly in the Bardo immediately after death. When we passed away, get out of this human body, meat, blood, this body. Then the first vision in front of us is the light. It's a Buddha light. Actually, same like the sunrise, but different is it is the rainbow, 5 colors rainbow. So it combined the Bhujana first is the green one, green light. From Bhujana's body is white. Then go to the medicine Buddha, is or we can say Abhista Buddha, like the body color is the blue, but the light, the vibration light is the white one. Then Rana Sambhava. No. Yes, it's the yellow one. yellow body color, and the color of light is yellow. And Amitabha is the right body color and the right light. And Amongashili is the blue color of body and blue light. So first it's combined together like a rainbow. So when we live this human body, the first vision is the rainbow color. So you should realize immediately it is the 5 candle Buddha light to come to us, to save us. If you can realize and if you can remind yourself to know it, so you didn't feel scared, because the light of Buddha is so extreme, very, very bright. For ordinary person, you just lose your conscious immediately, falling asleep. So you miss the opportunity. This is the one thing. The other thing is, beside the brilliant Buddha light, there's a 5 color for the 6 realms, but not the light for the ghost, because at that time ghost didn't come. Ghost realm the color, so it's also the same colors, but the 6 realms color is a little bit vague and comfortable and attractive. So the things is like 2 vehicles come to you. One is very big, run very fast, extreme, so you feel dangerous, you are scared. So it's like nature. You just make your response. You want to avoid this light. And beside, there is some very tiny, very gentle, very comfortable light. But that light didn't belong to Buddhas. It belongs to 6 realms. Like for the God realm, it's the white one. For the humans, it's the white one. It's the yellow one. For the animals, it's the blue one. For the hue, the hue is the smoke one. Yeah. And for the Asura, it's the blue one. So it's kind of those things accompanied. It's not combined together, but it's accompanying the Buddha's light. So the second thing we should remind us is, you should always notice yourself. We should look at extreme light of Buddha. Don't feel scared. And you will recognize immediately that is Buddha light. And it is come to us to save us. Don't avoid this light. Don't come to that gentle, attractive light of 6 realms. But as the human nature, we always avoid extreme things, bright things. We go to the gentle one. We go to the one who make us feel comfortable, feel good. But if you feel good at that time, it is very bad for you, because you will get reimbursed immediately to that realms if you catch up that light of 6 realms. So that means you just missed a lot of good opportunity to get liberated. Yeah. Also, it's the same when we meditate. The difference is very short. We take meditation. The period of meditation is a short one compared with the Bardo time. But still, there is some light coming too. So that's why a lot of person who eager to do the meditate. Some guy said, I take meditation for so many years, tens of years, 20 years, several decades. But still, I get a lot of things to worry about. I get stressed from meditate. Why? I can tell you why. Somehow, it's because there is something interrupt your meditate state. You think, oh, I saw the Buddha light. Actually, it's not. It's some light from some ghost or from some beings. Yeah. So you should know very clear that as a Dharma practitioner, we always take meditate or dream yoga or such other things. You should know the Buddha come to us. Most of the circumstances is by extreme light, the very bright light. And that light is some kind of uncomfortable for us. But we should recognize the light is truly come from Buddha. But some light in front of you, like a vision, I think it's not come from Buddha. It's come from some, some beings, like obstacles for us. So we should recognize that. But not everybody wants to accept this, because as a human nature, we try to pretend it to be what, but we cannot so brave enough to face the fact in front of us. So that's why so many persons declare they are Dharma practitioner, but only a few can be successful. And this is the one. And dream yoga also the counterpart of the vision bardos. When you falling asleep, there's a lot of vision coming. You fly, you were cute, you kill something or someone. You change yourself to the prince, to the princess, to the killer, to the animals, to whatever you want. But actually, for ordinary person, you cannot change yourself into whatever you want. You just change yourself to something without your intention. But if you are a successful Dharma practitioner, so you can control your dream. You can change. For example, there's a standard to verify your level of yoga, dream yoga. If you dream fire, by chanting, you can change the fire into water. If you saw somebody were killed, or some animal killed, you chanting, they can be saved. This kind of dream power, kind of yoga power. Actually, it's same. When we passed the first bardo, we walk into the vision, the second bardo, there's a lot of visions coming out. First, let me say, there should be 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or even 10 days. It's a 42 peaceful Buddha coming. That including the Buddha, Bodhisattvas, female and male Bodhisattvas, female and male Buddhas. So one by one, and doorkeeper, like Yamataka, like Mahagala, so it's coming one by one. So remember, the Yamataka and the Mahagala belong to the peaceful deities, not the wrathful one. So it's one by one coming out. When the Buddha or Bodhisattva is coming out, it's not just the silence. First of all, the size is so big, like Himalaya mountains. The bigger. The smaller one, like 12, 20 or 30 levels of condominiums of a Scarborough. Oh, no, Scarborough, not so high. Of a young blower, such one. Yeah, so big. So you can imagine how big is the size. That size makes you scared. And there's a lot of sounds coming out. And the extreme mantra, that hong hong hong, be be be, ha ha ha, like this. Ja ja, or ja 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 is not. Ja 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 is belong to wrathful. Even the peaceful, there's, yeah. Hong hong hong, be be be, ha ha ha. Especially Mahaga Yamataka, the 2 we practice. The three mantra is very useful. So you should recognize this sounds, it's not thunder, but it's like thunder. It's coming from our deities, our Buddha, Bodhisattvas. We practiced. So you should not be scared for that. You should be familiar with that, and should be feel happy, feel safe by the sounds. And beside the sounds and sights, there's a lot of instruments, ritual instruments, the knife, the puba, the light, the arrow, such as this, the hammer, such as this, the rope, a lot of things hang on with those deities. So you feel so scared. So you try to run. If you are just an ordinary person, you try to run to something, to avoid. You think, wow, they try to catch me up, so you want to run. Suddenly, you find it out in front of you. There's a key, white, safe, warm. You say, wow, it's a good cave. We can escape. That kind of things to catch me up. So you jump into that cave. You feel, oh, now I feel safe, feel comfortable. But at that time, you already choose a worm to be reborn. And most circumstances, that kind of key is a worm of animals. If you didn't accumulate enough good merit, but a lot of bad merit, so at that time it's not a key that happens. There's a, Jumptown, that park, Scarborough, what was that? What do you call that? Cleft. It's like cleft. So suddenly you find out, whoa, you run to the edge of cleft. So you jumped. When you jumped, when you feel you falling to the to the end of the bottom, then suddenly you find it out. You get rebirth, but not as animal, as a human beings or ghost. So what we should do is to practice in our daily life, especially practice in our dream yoga, meditate, your daily meditate. We always train ourselves to get familiar with all of this. So that's why Tibetan Buddhism, there's different levels. The first one is preparing work, right? 100 syllables. And the mandala and the prostrate, such as this. The second one is main part, is the visualization. Visualization is, we should get familiar with those deities you choose, or your guru, your lama choose for you. For example, Yamataka, Manjushri. So you should familiar with what kind of hand, what kind of arms, what kind of feet, what kind of animal under the feet, what's the ritual instrument, what's the face motion one by one. Then you get familiar with it. After you get all of this preparation work, you're chanting, visualize lots of things like this. Then you transfer yourself into your deities. Yeah, that is a satisfied state. After those kind of practice, when the Yamataka Manjushri appear in front of you in a vision state, vision battle, so you are not scared for this. You feel happy. You feel, now I'm saved because my deity coming to me to save me. You feel very happy about this. And then relax. And then when you feel relaxed, when you feel saved by these visions, you merge into these visions. Then you get liberated. At least you can reborn in this mental stream's pure land. Yeah, maybe not liberate, finalize Buddha, but at least you can reborn in the pure land of mental stream. So you change yourself into Bodhisattvas at least. It's kind of liberated, kind of liberation. So that's why we should train ourselves in this daily life. After 10 days, it's not first 10, okay? The first 10 belongs to the first Bardo. I mean the second 10 days. After the second 10 days, it should be 2 weeks for the Rasva data is coming out. So Rasva data is coming out, yeah, it's another thing because Rasva data is always got the skull in hand, there's a blood, there's curved knife. They pretended to cut you off. First catch you up and cut you off. And Rasva data is for example, Yamaraja. Yamaraja is the last Rasva deities who get appeared in front of you. If you miss the Yamaraja, that means you will walk into the last one, reversed Bardo. So, if you cannot train yourself very well, you are so scared. Because those kind of Rasva deities, the size, the sound is more extreme. That's why we call Rasva. It's angry things like that. So you feel the sound is like, according to the Tantra, it's a 20 Tibetan dogs following you, try to catch you up, try to, cut you off, those things. So you are so scared, you run. You jumped from mountains, then you get reversed to the lower realms. So, for us, we must get familiar with those 100 deities. At least you should choose some of them as the representative. For example, Yamataka, Manjushri and Yamataka for the peaceful one. Of course, Buddha for first. Medicine Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, service. And then for the Bodhisattvas, maybe for the Avalokiteshvara, right? Siddhigarbha, Manjushri, Yamataka, or Hiyagriva. Yamataka is for Manjushri. Hiyagriva is for Avalokiteshvara. And those kind of things you should always familiar with that. But if we walk into the second one, this is the Rasva deities. You should choose some of this. For example, Yamaraja. For example, the animal head, Dakinis. For example, is the Sangdurma, is lion-faced Dakini. And lion-faced Dakini have 2 followers, tiger-faced and bar-faced. Also Dakini, smaller one. So you should know it. At least you should know the 3. If you're very familiar with the Sangdurma, lion-faced Dakinis. So when you saw her, you feel so happy. You feel so, wow, now I can see it. My deity come to pick me up. Right? At that time, when you get this idea, you immediately merge into the heart of Sangdurma. Even at that time, Sangdurma is so big, so scared. But still, if you get that feeling, you can merge into the heart of Sangdurma. So you can get liberated. If you merge into Sangdurmas, there's a lot of choice. You can reborn to the copper pure land of Guru Rinpoche, or you can reborn to the pure land of Mahagala. Yeah, you can choose. So there's a lot of good things if you can merge, if you can recognize your deities, then don't be scared. Don't avoid their picking you up. So then you can merge within them and get liberated. Otherwise, you get scared. If you get scared, the one thing is you lose your consciousness, falling asleep. All the bad things is you escape, you run to some cave, or jump out of the mountains. Then you get reversed immediately to the animal realm or to the human beings realm. Then the game over. You get another life circle. Yeah. So we should remember, in the vision, Bardo, the two deities is most important for us. One is for Mahagala. One is for Yamaraja. Mahagala is the last one for peaceful deities. Yamaraja is the last one for wrathful deities. If you missed both of them, then you missed all the opportunity to get liberated. You will walk into the final rebirth battle. Of course, there is some method, and even at the third level, rebirth battle, if you get trained, or if your family can invite a Lama to chanting for you, so the Lama can teach you the method, how to choose the rebirth in the Pure Land, how to close the door for the ordinary world. But actually speaking, it's very hard, because the choice of rebirth is according to your Dharma situation. If your Dharma is that, it's the black one. Even you can get a teaching from some Lama, but still, those Dharma, like a habit, it can be happen automatically. So you choose the bad one. So that's why the king factor is your karma accumulation, your alive state, when you're alive, or it's your training situation. But actually, the same things, right? If you train yourself very well, you should know the karma situation. You should chanting to clear it, to fire the fire puja, to burn the fire puja, to chanting 100 syllables, to do the 35 Buddha's repentancy, 88 Buddha's repentancy, such as this, to clear it. Otherwise, after you accumulate so big bad karmas, you cannot say yourself it's good training on Dharma practice, because you didn't know, you have no feeling for your Dharma situation. So that's why. But how to train? How to practice yourself? How can ordinary person to feel the karma of themselves? Actually, it's far not enough. Just take some lesson. Just listening, some video on YouTube, or some website, or go to some temple to take some teaching, Dharma teaching, and go back home. No, it's not enough. Just the Dharma teaching, just the listening is not enough for you to practice, for you to save yourself, for you to clear all the karmas. So that's why we back to the previous topic, the manjushri named Sakiti. We always said it's the 3 levels: listening, thinking, and practicing. If you just listening, even you take 100,000 years or million years, you're just a listener. Because You just maybe you can change yourself into a professional. You can change into U of T professor on religions, but you're not good practitioner. You cannot save yourself because you just accumulate your knowledge on religions. The Milarepa said, all the knowledge you try to accumulate in your brain actually is a poison for you to practice the Dharma. Why? Because it's obstacles. Obstacles from knowledge. Because those kind of knowledge accumulation make yourself so proud of yourself. I'm so good. I take every kind of things, listening or what kind of those things. I go to different high level Rinpoches. I go to different temples. I blah 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 blah. But no, it's not enough. Maybe you are the celebrity in this Dharma circulation, but still you are the new one. You get nothing. You get nothing. Even for the Bodhisattvas, even for the very big Bodhisattvas, Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, Siddhikarma, they are liberated by hearing, yes, for sure. But they are not liberated themselves just by hearing. When they hear these things from Buddha, then they go back to their meditate. They practice, they chant, they practice law, then get liberated. I know there's some good example in Buddha's time. Student just take listening and get liberated. I know. But still there's some thinking. Still there's some meditate. But maybe very short. Why? First, because the power from Buddha's speaking, teaching is so big, so powerful. And another reason is at that time the student is so pure. There's no Dharma, or very little one. It's very easy to clear and get liberated, get enlightened and get liberated. But not for us. Our time is a polluted time. Everybody to get dirty thinking on others. Now I see there to give Dharma teaching, and this Dharma teaching almost get 3 years and a half, right? But still, somebody take listening and say, wow, that guy is bad guy. Why? For no reason. You just want to see that. This is the human nature. We always want to, lord on others, to push them up. We try to use others as a steer. We can walk to somehow. But actually, we're falling down. Yeah. So what we should do is to know it. Why I give the English version teaching, but it's not exactly the same translation from Chinese version. Chinese version at that time are the students from China. They just want to know what things happen after they pass away. Because at that time most of the students is senior. They just want to know and get some preparation for this. But after 3 years, I think it's not enough. Because even now you know it, what thing will happen. You know very well. You know exactly time, you know all of this stuff, like movies, 3D movies. But I'm sure at that time somebody cannot even receive my words a little bit or get memory of what I said. Because at that time when somebody passed their body, the conscious totally different with when they alive. You know what I mean? So I back the topic to the first part. What they need to do for the Bardo Tantra is not just listening for sure, we should listen. We should listen very carefully to know what things happen, what things will happen, step by step, after we pass away, after we leave this life behind. But it's not enough. The main part is the first three bardos, because this is the one we can catch up now for our present stage. Now we are alive. We didn't pass away. I know some being hang on there. They passed away. They try to get some training. But it's not enough for us. We should get the first three to practice, to train ourselves. Then we are ready to face the challenge that will happen after we pass away. I mean, the last three bardos. You get ready to face it. It's totally different idea that you know what things happen, right? I know how can I move to the young blower. I can drive by myself. I can go to subway. Even I can walk by myself. But how to walk, how to drive, how to take subway. When you drive in a highway, it's totally different station, right? How to get 401, then down valley, then blah, blah, blah. You should get this. So it's totally different stories. So that's why I want to repeat these teachings, but not just repeat it. I want to give some new one. The new one is how to train ourselves when we are alive to face the challenge. What I want to say as a conclusion is to train yourself not only on your mind, but also on your body. This is my idea. I know lots of persons didn't agree with the idea. They think just the body just a waste, just dust. It just straight out, it's okay. It just meditates. Then we can get liberated. I know some kind of school believe in this, but now for us, we should train ourselves. So you should know why we should train our body. At the same time, we should train our mind. This is the first question. The second question is, what is the body? What is the body? What is we call the body? What it is? Then the third question is, how can we combine them together, the mind and body? If you can get the answer for those questions, you will know now you're on your way to train yourself to do the preparation work for the Bardo. And I think this is the main part of Guru Rinpoche's teaching on Bardo Thodol. Don't forget the Bardo Thodol name, Bardo and Thodol, right? So that means Guru Rinpoche not only asks us to know what is the Bardo. No, it's not enough. Guru Rinpoche wants us to know how to use the Bardo Thodol, how to use the Thodol to save the Bardo. Thodol means mantra. How to use your mantra to save your Bardo. Actually, according to the name, Guru Rinpoche already give us all the answers for that three questions. Yeah. Use your Thodol to save your Bardo. Yeah. That is my understanding for those tantras. Yeah. So this is teaching for today. And for next week, I will give you the details answering on those questions. What is why we should train our body at the same time train our mind. The second question is, what is our body? The third is how to train it, how to combine it. So this is our following topic to give all the details for those questions. Thanks.